FailSpace was an Arts and Humanities Research Council funded project
that took place between 2019 and 2022.
The research examined how and why the UK's approach towards increasing cultural participation has largely failed to address inequality in the subsidised cultural sector, despite decades of projects and policies intended to do so.
Our research involved workshops, surveys, interviews with cultural policymakers, practitioners and participants working in different art forms, in different places and in different ways, but all of which shared an interest in supporting and increasing cultural participation through their work.
What we found was that the precarious nature of work within the cultural sector means many cultural professionals often fear talking openly and honestly about failure. They think it might jeopardise their chances of future work.
Furthermore, the concern with evidencing the value of culture, often to justify public funding, leads to conflation of success with value.
Our research participants described an environment that engenders overstated aims, accepts mediocre quality evaluations, encourages narratives of success, and lacks meaningful critical reflection. Discussion about the difficulties, trade-offs, mistakes, compromises and messiness is primarily kept to private self-reflection or confessionals between trusted peers and colleagues.
Despite all those we spoke to acknowledging that failures are occurring, they're rarely leveraged as opportunities for the sector to learn and change. As a result, common failures are being repeated again and again.
And again. If the stated aims of cultural projects and policies really do matter, then there is a moral imperative to learn about if, where, and for whom they may have failed.
This is not about apportioning blame. Rather, it is about recognising that goals will not be achieved by ignoring failures
and avoiding difficult decisions in favour of sharing feel-good narratives that defend the status quo. Although some failures will indeed be difficult to fix, this does not mean that they should go unacknowledged.
Far from calling for greater accountability and more evaluation, we propose instead that there is a need for greater and more honest dialogue between policymakers, practitioners and participants about what needs to be done differently.
We believe this would be best served by less but more nuanced evaluation, not only of individual projects, but also of the overarching policies to which they relate. In other words, evaluation designed for improvement, through learning, informed by critical reflection, collectively analysed and effectively shared.
We recognise that talking about failures is difficult, especially where there is a pre-existing lack of trust between those taking part in such conversations.
Failure is a complex and emotive term that can easily feel like judgments, or even a personal attack, and the defensiveness this engenders is not conducive to open and honest dialogue.
It's for this reason we've developed a framework that challenges the false binaries of success versus failure and instead acknowledges that cultural policies and projects can succeed and fail simultaneously in different facets of the work to differing degrees at different stages and for different people in different ways.
If you want to learn more about our framework and the tools we designed to help the cultural sector have more honest conversations about failure, we've written a book and produced a toolkit which are both freely available open access. We have also produced another video that offers a short introduction on how to use our tools. These can be found by visiting the Centre for Cultural Value website.
We want to ensure that going forward, narratives of failure are not overlooked, discounted or suppressed.
If we discuss these failures now, perhaps we will not still be talking about the same problems in 50 years.